I'm Devang Mehra from the Financial Analyst, and today we'll be covering the Hammer Candlestick Pattern. This is one of my favorite candlestick patterns because it tells us so much about the psychology of the buyers and the sellers, and it is such an effective pattern. It has given me such good results over the past. Before we get started, be sure to check out our Instagram page at the Financial Analyst or join our WhatsApp group for free for a limited period of time to be updated with the live stock market, global news, and results. Link is in the bio. So let us get started. So, hammer is a one candlestick pattern and it is basically a reversal pattern. So, I will just show you on the charts what it looks like. This is the chart, daily chart of Oil and Natural Gas Corporation of India, listed in the National Stock Exchange. So what happens is there has been a prior downtrend. Stock prices have been falling drastically. From 167 levels, it has come down to 132 levels. At the end of a downtrend, I'm going to see a hammer candlestick, and after the hammer candlestick, we are going to see a new uptrend, that is a rise in the prices. So as I've already indicated, a hammer is nothing but a one candle pattern, and it marks a reversal in the downtrend. So it will always occur at the trough or the bottom of the downtrend, indicating a rise in the prices. So the basic characteristic is that there will always only be a lower shadow of the hammer candlestick, and there will be no upper shadow, or if there is an upper shadow, it will be very small. So what I mean is that for the hammer candlestick, there will be a very small body and there will be a very long lower shadow, and this lower shadow will be at least twice the length of the body. That is the basic prerequisite for a hammer candle to work. And if there is an upper shadow, it has to be very small or it should not be there. As simple as that. The real body, the body of the candle, should be at the upper end of the trading range, because at the lower end of the trading range there will be a very long shadow, and the color will not be important, can be a green or can be red, it is not important. And a confirmation must be followed, that is, the next day should open higher or should give us a bullish day for confirming or enhancing our reversals. So if we look at this example, as we've already indicated, there has been a fall in the prices, and at the end of the downtrend, we see a hammer candlestick. So for it to turn true, it has a small body, it has a very long lower shadow and a negligible upper shadow, and this lower shadow is at least twice the length of the body. And the next day it is opening higher or it is gapping up. So this shows that a reversal is imminent. So I could have entered the trade anywhere around this time and I could have got a very good profit. So let us look at another example, or let us study the confirmation signals before that. So the longer the lower shadow will be, the higher will be the chances of a reversal. So if it is a very long, if the lower shadow is longer than 2 times the length of the body, it is a very good signal to trade. Number 2, there has to be a very large volume on the hammer day. Higher the volume, higher will be the chances of a reversal and the buyers coming in place of the sellers. And the third condition, the following day of the hammer must open higher, or as we saw in the earlier example, it must gap up. So that is a very important condition. So let us do another example. This is an example of Apple listed in the United States NASDAQ. So this is a February 2018 daily charts. Prices from late December, January have been falling from 180 levels to about 155 levels. That is a very good downtrend. And at the end of the downtrend, I see a small candle having a very small body, and the lower shadow is at least twice the length of the body, and we can see the upper shadow is very negligible. So the first condition is satisfied. Number two, there is a very heavy volume on the day of the hammer. We can see the volume is very high in comparison with the previous days. So the second condition is satisfied. And number third, the day following the candle hammer must open higher. It is opening higher and it is a bullish candle. So this gives us a confirmation to enter the trade and sit back and wait for another signal. So if you have seen my previous videos, you will be able to understand this. We could have bought the share on the hammer and we could have sold the share over here, because this is nothing but a bearish engulfing candlestick pattern. So because this candle is totally engulfing the green candle, so we could have sold the share over here and made a profit about $30 per share. So if you haven't seen our previous videos, be sure to check them out. Link is in the bio. So let us do another example of hammer. This is of FTSE 100 of the UK Stock Exchange. As I've already told you, I'll be getting into different markets to get you a good perspective of how these candlesticks are working. So in 2019 April, the prices made a new high, but after the high, the sellers came into force and prices started making lows. And after the prices made a new low, a hammer candlestick was formed. So as you can see, this candle, now the first condition is there must be a downtrend, which is established. Number two, this candlestick must have a very small real body and should not have an upper shadow. This is also satisfied. Number three, the lower shadow should be very long, at least twice the length of the upper body. This is also satisfied. And the fourth condition, the next day should open higher. And as we can see, the next day is opening higher. It is a bullish day. That is why the share prices go up. Also, if you see the volume on these days is very high as compared to the previous days. So it is a very good chance to enter the trade. Another example of hammer would be this level. This is of 3rd October 2019. Prices started making new lows. They had a very good downtrend, and at the end of a downtrend, as we can see, this is the end of the lowest point in the downtrend. There was a hammer candlestick, a very small body, followed by a very large lower shadow and a negligible upper shadow, and prices started making a reversal and started rising. So as you can see, if you can spot this candlestick, it works 99% of the time and gives you a very good amount of profit and minimizes your risk. So practice this candlestick, it will give you a very good result. And if you have any questions, be sure to message us on Instagram or YouTube or our email ID. Our links are in the bio. We hope you enjoy this video. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Hey, why stop now? View our other videos to learn more. But before that, don't forget to join our WhatsApp group. Please do like and share our videos, and also subscribe to our channel. Hit the bell button to never miss an update.